Hey guys, in a recent community post, I asked you what type of videos you would like to see more from Intuitive Tennis. The options were vlog style, match play, Nick solo, or lessons with students. And only 4% of you wanted to see more vlog style videos. So guess what? Today's video is going to be vlog style. I'm going to give you exactly what you don't want to see. And look, I always give you what you want, and there's tons more students coming to Intuitive Tennis. There's going to be some new students that you've never seen before. So don't worry, I'm going to do what you guys like. I'm going to feature a lot of students. I'm going to do a lot of match play coming very soon. There's a lot of videos that are come out in those two categories that you guys are going to enjoy. But in any case, the video that I'm doing today requires vlog style because I'm going to prove a point. And the point is that tennis does not have to be expensive. And guys, I'm looking through the numbers of my recent video that I made about pickleball, and this video did really well. I received over 200 comments on Instagram, well over 200 comments on YouTube, and the video was basically describing the fact that tennis is doing quite well. Pickleball is not killing tennis by any means. Tennis is doing okay, but the thing that everybody is so upset about is the fact that tennis courts are being converted to pickleball. I got so many messages. I posted some of these DMs that I got on Instagram in my stories, but I received so many private messages where people are mad that their local tennis courts are being converted to pickleball. So if you haven't seen my latest pickleball video, I highly encourage you to do so and read through the comments. You're gonna see that what I'm saying in the video is absolutely true. But I'm gonna read you one comment that inspired me to do today's video. And listen to this. Tennis is an aristocrat spectator sport that requires ridiculous amount of resources, out of ordinary athleticism and skills. We wasted decades on tennis and it hasn't improved, nor it will ever improve the health and fitness of the general public. It's time we ditch this spectator sport and get the people off their butts and play something fun that can be enjoyed by the whole family. Within 10 years, half of the tennis courts will be converted to pickleball courts, and thank God. The only true statement from that comment is the fact that half of the tennis courts might be converted to pickleball, and this is why I keep making pickleball videos, because that is my biggest worry, and that is something that's a real thing, guys. Tennis courts are being taken away, and this trend is going to continue, and we're going to have less and less public courts to play on. Now, the other points that this person has made couldn't be further from the truth. First of all, you don't have to be an unbelievable athlete to become a high-level tennis player. I am proof for that. I am not naturally a gifted athlete, but through hard work and discipline, I was able to play tennis at a high level, make money by winning tennis matches, and get a full ride at a Division I school. So guys, I am proof that you don't need extraordinary athleticism to become a high-level tennis player. That is an absolute myth. But even if you look on tour, there's going to be some incredible athletes that play the game, but there's going to be some other ones who are not the greatest athletes, but because of their hard work and determination, they end up being some of the best players in the world. But the reason why I'm making today's video in vlog format is the statement that tennis is an aristocrat spectator sport that requires ridiculous amount of resources. And guys, this statement could not be further from the truth, and I've made several videos explaining that tennis does not have to be an expensive sport. Remember my RF97 versus the $14 Walmart racket, where I was able to play really well with the Walmart racket, proving that if you are a beginner or an intermediate tennis player, you don't need expensive equipment. You can pick up a cheap racket from Walmart, grab a can of balls, go to a public court, and pretty much play tennis for free. But this was not enough proof. So in today's video, I'm going to prove that tennis is not an aristocrat sport. And what city in the United States has the most aristocrats? Well, it's Palm Beach. So Palm Beach is the land of the rich. It is one of the most expensive zip codes in the United States. And when you drive through Palm Beach, you'll see mansions like you've never seen before. So you would think that playing tennis in a place like Palm Beach, one of the richest areas in the world, would be super expensive, astronomical prices. But I'm here to tell you that that is absolutely not the case. Playing tennis in Palm Beach is inexpensive. So here we have Phipps Ocean Tennis Center. So Palm Beach has two public tennis clubs. One is Phipps Ocean Park, the other one is Seaview. And you can see here it's a beautiful tennis facility. It's right next to the beach. So you would think that lessons in a place like this would be unbelievably expensive, but it's not true. You can get a lesson here from the head pro for as low as $90. You can get a lesson from an assistant pro for as low as $80. So guys, I'm going to read you how much it costs to become a member at the 2 public tennis clubs in Palm Beach. And no, I'm not being paid by the city of Palm Beach who owns these tennis courts. I'm doing this to prove a point that in an expensive place like Palm Beach, tennis can be inexpensive. So listen to this. If you want to become a member, as a resident junior, it's $264 a year. If you're a resident adult, it's $612 a year. It is more expensive if you don't live in Palm Beach. For junior, you're going to pay $438. And as an adult, you're going to pay $1,441. So the most expensive membership for a non-resident comes out to $4 per day. And this is in Palm Beach, guys. So tennis, even in Palm Beach, does not have to be expensive. And again, take a look where we are, guys. This is mansion land. These are some of the most expensive homes in the world. In fact, we're driving right now. This is called Billionaires Row, where everybody that has a house on this road is a billionaire. And you would think that the prices would be astronomical for tennis in a place like this, but it's simply not the case. Can tennis be astronomically expensive? Yes, of course it can. I'm not saying that tennis is cheap. For example, if you're a high-level junior and you want to get a D1 scholarship, tennis is going to get expensive, of course. If you try to play tennis professionally, it's going to get unbelievably expensive. Most likely somewhere between $75,000 to $100,000 per year just to be able to play on tour. So tennis is unbelievably expensive, and you can also make it expensive by joining private country clubs and so on. No doubt about it. But tennis does not have to be expensive. You can play it for cheap, and that's true even in a rich place like Palm Beach. But guys, let's get out of Palm Beach, and I want to show you that you can play tennis absolutely for free in the United States. This might not be true in Europe and other parts of the world, but in the United States, the beautiful thing is that we have all these public parks, and these public parks will sometimes have tennis courts on them, and it'll cost you absolutely nothing to play on these courts. But it's not only that, there's a lot of neighborhoods, communities that have their own tennis courts as well. So in the United States, you can play tennis for absolutely nothing, $0. It's completely for free. I'm going to show you some of these spots here in Palm Beach County. So guys, here we have a public park in West Palm Beach, 4 courts, and you can come here and play tennis completely for free. And guess what? These courts even get resurfaced, they get repainted. And again, you come here and you pay $0. And here's another park with public tennis courts. This one's directly on the Intercoastal with 3 courts. Now, not all courts are in the greatest condition. So these courts here, they could use a paint job. There's a couple of moldy spots. There's some cracks here. There's a couple of bumps. But hey, it's free courts. You're playing tennis right next to the Intercoastal with a beautiful view, absolutely for free. A lot of you guys will often ask, Nick, how come when you record your videos there's never anybody playing tennis? Well, it's because I record between the times of 12 and 3 when it's super hot and people just don't play tennis during that time here in Florida. But I can tell you that this location right here is one of my favorite facilities. This is called Okahili Park. Yes, this used to have 8 tennis courts. 2 of them were converted into pickleball, but it's a beautifully maintained facility. And how much does it cost to play here? Absolutely nothing. Another thing that's so great about these public facilities here in Florida is that you even get lights for free. All you have to do is turn on a button and you can even play at night for the cost of absolutely nothing. And guys, now we're in West Boca, which is the mecca of junior tennis. You got all the academies over here, Macy, Everett, Pro World, and this is another facility called Veterans Park. 4 courts where you can absolutely play for free. And there's actually a lot of junior training going on here, and it's a great facility. Again, 100% free of charge. So guys, this is going to be the last public facility I'm going to show you, and this is the perfect example of how pickleball and tennis can coexist. We have 4 tennis courts right here, and we have tons of pickleballs over there, and they were built separately. The pickleball players are not imposing themselves onto tennis. There's no pickleball lines on a tennis court. These pickleball courts are built separately. And my wish is that tennis courts across the United States adapt the same principle where they leave the tennis courts alone and they build the pickleball courts separately. And again, this place right here is absolutely perfect for training tennis. You got 4 tennis courts. You got a wall over there that I'm going to hit on in a second. And what does it cost to use this facility? Absolutely nothing. This is one of my favorite ways to practice tennis, is to hit against the wall. And here we have a huge wall where people not only hit tennis balls against the wall, they actually practice pickleball, racquetball, even handball. And again, I can get a good workout here. Doesn't cost me anything. And I highly recommend that you find a wall, no matter where you are in the world. This is gonna cost you nothing, and you're gonna get a great tennis workout. So there you have it, guys. Tennis does not have to be expensive. Now, I understand that some other parts of the United States might not have as many public tennis courts like the area I'm at, which is Palm Beach County. I also understand I have a lot of international viewers, and public courts might not be that common in your country, but fact is that tennis does not have to be expensive. Even if we're talking about equipment, you can get a very cheap racket, as I've shown in my RF97 versus the $15 Walmart racket video. But you don't have to play with an aluminum Walmart racket. You can go on eBay, grab yourself a very inexpensive racket. You can buy tennis balls very cheap off of Amazon or even Walmart. You can get the balls very inexpensively. When it comes to equipment, you can get tennis shoes off of eBay. When it comes to tennis string, you can buy inexpensive strings that are going to last you forever. I recommend the Kirschbaum Super Smash string, a very inexpensive string. And guess what? You can get 10% off if you use the link in my description. Now, of course, you can make tennis super expensive. You can hire a famous coach and pay over $1,000 per hour. You can play with natural gut and get it restrung every other day. You can change your overgrip multiple times in your practice session or your match. You can buy super expensive rackets. You can buy the best gear that's out there, the most current clothing that the professional players are wearing. You can send your kids to an expensive academy. You can travel the world and play tournaments. You can, of course, make tennis super expensive, but I'm telling you guys, it doesn't matter where you are in the world, tennis does not need to be expensive. This myth that's spread online in forums and comment sections where people make it out to be that tennis is this unbelievably expensive sport only played by the high class and the aristocrats. This is a complete myth, and this might actually be holding some people back from entering the sport. So again, tennis does not need to be expensive, and I encourage everybody to go out there and play.